Alright, what is up? This is Slow Plays, and I'm here today to show you guys how to unlock every single character in Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles 2. Now, there are a few different methods for unlocking characters, as there are for most of these fighting games. Now, for this one in particular, if you want to get Muzan Kibutsuji, you're gonna have to wait until post-launch. By the time I'm recording this video, it has not released yet. And I don't know exactly when Muzan will be released, but he will be released as a free update later on in the future. It could be a couple of weeks or months after launch. They did the same thing in the first game with some of the playable demon characters, but as far as I know, it just shows that he's going to be in the versus mode, so I'm not sure like what the extent of that is, if he'll also be acquired and usable via online, but we'll definitely see whenever it launches, and I'll go over that more in depth once that actually happens. But we do have the confirmation of that, as well as the Infinity Castle DLC, which will be in a character pass or a season pass later on in the future as well. So for those characters, we don't know exactly when they're releasing, but they will be in the game in the future. Now, when it comes to the actual base game characters that you can unlock, there are a few different methods. I would recommend just playing through the story mode. By completing the entire story mode, you unlock every single character that you don't have, and everybody's going to have a different roster at launch depending on the version that you purchased, or even if you had save data linked up via the same console, you know, between these two games, between the first one and the second one. So when it comes to the story mode, you can pretty much unlock everyone, but I'm going to go over at the base if you do have a specific edition, or you could also buy them via Kimetsu points. Okay, you can earn Kimetsu points in the game by playing through the story mode as well. That's probably the easiest way of getting it. You'll see them via the exploration, as well as at the end of specific fights and certain rankings that you get, you'll accumulate more and more Kimetsu points. But that's going to take a while, so you might as well just play through the entire story mode to unlock everyone. But what you can do is also get all the costumes as well, so they have tons of unlockables via the Kimetsu points too. So the Academy versions of the characters can be purchased in the shop, or what you can do is you can actually link it up through the save data of the first game. You have to have it on the same console. If you don't, then it won't work, but that's how you get every single Academy version, like Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Nezuko, for example, okay? Now, Tengen's wives, okay, they can be unlocked by linking your save data through Sweep the Board, okay? That was the game that came out in between the first game and this game, and that one, it can be linked through the save data if you're on the same console as well. Now, when it comes to some of the pillars, aka the Hashira, Muichiro, Mitsuri, Tengen, Obanai, Sanami, Gyome, and the Academy versions of Rengoku and Tengen can be unlocked early if you purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition. That's how you can get pretty much all these characters early without having to play any of the story mode. Now let's go over the story mode, okay? Again, you can progress through the entire story. I believe there are like 9 to 10 chapters in total with interludes in between, so it is a pretty big story mode, but it goes by fast as long as you're enjoying the game and you're playing through it. You'll just slowly but surely unlock everyone. By the end of Chapter 2, you can unlock Tengen's wife trio, which is Makio, Suma, and Hinatsuru. They all work together in one character, as well as Daki. Now, Daki does have a different costume preset, but you'll have to obtain that via just probably the Kimetsu shop with the points, okay? Because you can get a black-haired version as well as the white-haired version. Now, at the end of Chapter 3, you can get Advanced Demon Nezuko, Tengen Uzui, if you haven't already unlocked him, Gyotaro, and the Daki and Gyotaro combo. They are a playable combo demon that is a separate character, but they function as a team. At the end of Chapter 4, you can get Yorichi Type 0, which is a duo character as well. At the end of Chapter 5, you can get Murichiro Tokito and Gyoko, which is one of the new demon characters added. At the end of Chapter 6, you can get Genya Shinasugawa. We have Tanjiro, the Swordsmith Village variant. And at the end of Chapter 7, you can get Mitsuri Kanroji and Zahakuten, who is another brand new demon character and the last one that you can get. At the end of Chapter 8, you can get Obanai Igoro. And at the end of the final chapter of the game, which you can consider that Chapter 9, you can get Sanami Shinazugawa and Gyome Himejima. So that is how to unlock all of the characters that are available in the game currently right now. There are around, I think, a little over 40 And I guess if you want to, consider Muzan Kibutsuji, he can be added on there as well once he gets added via a free update. But I think that is really cool that they are offering that, and I was very surprised that they did. But Infinity Castle DLC will have a lot of cool characters as well in the future. But let me know down in the comments, which of these characters are you most excited to play? And if you have any questions or concerns on how to unlock some of them, you can definitely comment down below. But in summary, just play through the entire story mode or accumulate Kimetsu points and you can just buy them. I believe they go for about 1,000 Kimetsu points for each character and outfit. Pretty much everything in the shop is around 1,000 if you want all the good stuff. So that's pretty much how you do it. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
I have to come through. Is there a problem?